Marcus, 2 goals for you, that's brilliant, but I guess the most important thing is the team result.
Yeah, definitely. The energy and the atmosphere that it starts with the players, of course, but what the fans give us after that is unbelievable. And honestly, that's when we feel like we can take on any teams in the best moments, best spells that we've had at Old Trafford. We have that energy every game. Obviously, every game we don't play well, but that's the intent. And today was a perfect example of what we want Old Trafford to feel like.
Which of the 2 goals, which one would you pick as your favourite? Because one of those is what I would call a typical Marcus Rashford goal, and one obviously worked on the training ground. Yeah,
for me, the first one, it's something that we deliberately worked on just yesterday, and especially when you don't have much days between the games, you work on these little things to try and catch team off guard, because a lot of teams are set up are good, so we need to find these little things, and it's not going to happen every game, but as long as the intent's there and we believe that we're going to score and we try, at the end of the game we can't complain about anything.
Ruben Amorim's come in and he's obviously getting a bit of stick from Joshua Zirkzee. Ruben Amorim's come in and he's obviously given everybody a bit of a puzzle to try and solve. You've all got to try and figure out exactly what that looks like. Has that been an enjoyable process?
Yeah, I think it's not only difficult for us, it's encouraging and fun for us to learn something new. We feel like we can get a lot stronger in this system as well. So, but also for other teams, we've not played this system before. No one knows what to expect really from us, and it puts us in a good position because we've got so many different personnels, different players that can play in different positions. We can change a lot in games and set up differently for different games. So it's, like I said, it's exciting. And don't want to get too carried away, but like I said earlier, the energy and atmosphere is what we want from Old Trafford.
I've enjoyed it, enjoyed watching it, and enjoyed commentating on it. So thank you, and good luck.
No problem.
You said to me before the game that the win was really, really important. You've got that, but I think you also got a good performance, didn't you?
Yeah, good performance. I know that the fans, and I feel it. We want play better, control more the game with a possession. But with all these games without time to train, I think our players solve some problems that the team still have. So I think was a very good result. Was a good performance, because when we had to suffer, we suffered all together, all the fans, and we defend all together, and we have some moments of connection that we were very good. I like the first 15 minutes we were very I think a little bit dominant, and then we lose a little bit control, but I think it's normal in this moment. But great result, congratulations to the lads.
When you watch you in the technical area, you can see that you're calling for a little bit more bravery from some of your players. You're sort of pushing them further up the field. You're trying to get them to sort of fully commit to the way that you want them to play.
When I'm there, I'm just focused on helping the players. Sometimes I think I'm really playing with them. I just want to help them. I don't want to push them or to show that I want to push them just for the fans or some. I just want to help my players, and they did a very good job. And the only thing I think in this moment, I believe more in them than them in their abilities to play football. So I'm trying to help to push my players to a better moment.
You've made a lot of changes through the different games that you've had. Everybody's getting an opportunity here to show what they're capable of doing. Joshua Zirkzee has done that in spades today. I thought he was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I think he played in one position that is very good for him. He's not. It's like more a false 9, and that help him. And we try to do that in all the games. Try to put the players in the better position for them to shine a little bit. Then we are changing so much in the moment. Imagine what a dressing room feel, that everybody place in the starting 11 in three games. So they have to feel that they are so important for us, each one of them. So that is the message for everybody. We are all together. Everybody needs to play, and it's impossible to play in 3 days with the same team.
And just finally, a little tactical one. Ahmad and his pressing today seemed to be the trigger for the rest of the team to go. Is that a conscious decision that you've made him and his ability to press so important?
No, I think I have to. I would love to take this merit from Ahmad, but it's all Ahmad. He's a very smart guy. He's very explosive. In the right moment, you try to put these details in players' head about using the pass to start the pressure because you have time to do that. But it's all about the player.
Yeah, it was a good game overall from all of us. I think we played well. Gave the fans what they deserved, and yeah, great day.
You got your first start for a little while, Josh, and you've really taken that opportunity with both hands today. Which of the two did you enjoy more, do you think?
Which of the two what?
Goals. You know, the 2 goals that you scored.
I don't know. Just both were nice, I guess. Both were, started with Ahmad, some good pressure forward, and yeah, just good.
I think when you hear the clattering of seats at Old Trafford, when people are starting to stand up because they're getting excited, that's always a great feeling. When you've scored and you see the Stretford end has gone absolutely berserk, what does that feel like?
Yeah, it's very nice, very nice. I think just there's no better stadium to score in, so I'm just enjoying the moment. Bruno told me to take my moment as well. I think I moved a little bit too quick back to the players, but yeah, it's a nice feeling scoring in front of these fans. Yeah.
The manager has obviously changed the way that you're playing, has changed the system. There's been loads and loads of talk about it. What's that been like inside, learning a different way of playing? Is it similar to any way you've played previously?
Not really, but I think what he asked for the strikers isn't really something very different than what me and obviously Rasmus and are used to. So it's not. We're just trying to adapt very quick and just do what he expects of us. And, yeah.
And just finally, it feels like there's a really good energy around at the minute, really good vibe, really good energy. How does it feel inside the dressing room?
Yeah, good. Bonding really good, some strong connections, and we all just want one thing, and that's just, just be better every day and just, get back to top level in the league and some good spirits, so yeah.
Congratulations today.
Thank you.
Solskjaer. And this is what it does to the table. It puts Manchester United up into the top half, into 9th. And as you can see, suddenly, only 4 points off those Champions League places. Brighton currently in 4th. Manchester City have been nudged down to 5th because Chelsea have gone into the top 3. Like Arsenal, 6 points away from the leaders, Liverpool. Aston Villa drop into the bottom half, into 12th after that defeat at Chelsea. They are now 8 without a win in all competitions, and that is the longest such run under Unai Emery. Everton stay 15th after their defeat at Old Trafford.
He didn't have many involvements. Then when he takes the goal, all of a sudden, chest out, shoulders big, and he grew into the game and he looked a threat. Same can be said for Zirkzee. I thought it was his best Man United performance. He kept getting in them little pockets, brought people into play. Couple of lovely little, as well as his goals, he linked the play and slipped a couple of people through, Ahmad as well. So there were some really good performances that'll please the manager. There were some great pieces of play that we've seen that looked like it was straight off the training ground, some great exercises that have been doing there. It shows that Ruben Amorim, he said that he was prioritising that time on that training pitch, and you can clearly see that today with some of the movement that we've seen. Yeah, and it's hard for Ruben, obviously coming into the club, any manager going into a football club during the season to try and put their stamp on things, especially when there's so many games. It's hard to do a lot of work on the training ground. It's normally pre-seasons when you get a chance to really stamp your authority on training sessions. So to cram such an amount in a short period of time, hence why we've probably seen them doing tactical work in the warm-up and things like that. He's probably grabbing every opportunity to work with the team, and I'm sure he'll be pleased with the performance today.
I mean, this is a huge opportunity for us to build momentum. That's exactly what Ruben Amorim wanted. He wanted a great start to his Manchester United era that he's starting now. Obviously a win Thursday, a win today, and this is great all leading up to next week.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously with the games, as I say, keep coming thick and fast, and he's going to get a chance to rotate his team, rotate his squad. There's going to be injuries, there's going to be chances for players coming into the team, but all he can ask for is people to come into the side and grab their opportunity and show what they can do, which is what all the players need to do when a new manager comes in, and the lads who've turned out today can be all happy with their performance. No suspensions and little niggly injuries, so to keep the squad healthy as best you can, to get players back fit. So for example, if Martinez is unavailable, you can bring Luke into the team, gives you that like for like left foot, natural balance to the side. So to have Luke just back available now will be a huge bonus for the manager.
It says a lot as well, the character of the squad that Ruben is trying to build here. I mean, especially when there's a win, we always see, everyone applaud the fans here, but it seemed that they did it together as a collective, and he's trying to bring that mentality about winning together, losing together, and making sure that not only the players feel it, but the coach and staff together feel it as one. Yeah,
I think, listen, for any successful team, you need a togetherness and you need there to be a spirit, and when there is that, you've got half a chance, and I'm sure that's something that him and the staff will want to implement straight away.
We will. We can see some of the players coming out now as well, some of the substitutions that were made here pitch side. I mean, we've currently got Harry Maguire there, Tyrell Malacia. I mean, how great is it to see? You mentioned about how delighted you were to see Harry Maguire back from injury, back into contention. He just fit into that middle role straight away. Yeah, and I think that middle role in a back three suits him. Obviously, he gives you that physical presence. We know what he can do and what he's capable of in both boxes in terms of set pieces, from a defensive and attacking front. So the fact that he's back fit now, I'm hoping that he won't do anything in these runs that they're going to do. It's the worst thing as a player to be doing, running after a game, but it's what you have to do.
Draw, Man United are 1 point behind Tottenham.
Yeah, it's crazy, and Tottenham have played some entertaining football, as I said last week, against Man City. Outstanding. But that's the consistency with Tottenham, and that's why the fans get frustrated there. 1 week outstanding, the next week not so good. I don't think the game on Thursday night helped them against Roma, because they did look like a few tired legs out there, but these are the games, and it's not. And Fulham are a very good football team, so it was never going to be a pushover for them just turning up and think they can beat Fulham. As I said, Marco Silva's done a brilliant job there.
To hear him say that Zirkzee was playing in that false nine, maybe we do know what we're talking about. But it's also nice to hear him talk about that connection of him, the fans, the club. We spoke about earlier his record at Sporting. Since he left from the beginning of last season, he did not lose a single home game, scored 72 goals, only conceded 13. He's going to be looking at this stadium, the Theatre of Dreams, to restore that here.
He's at the start, hasn't he, with 4 goals and a clean sheet in his first home Premier League match. And if you can make your home ground a fortress, make it difficult for teams to come and play here, then you're on to a good start, aren't you? I think there was a number of years where teams dreaded coming to play here, but I think over the last couple of years, potentially that's dropped slightly. So that's going to be one of his top aims, to make Old Trafford a fortress, to make players on opposition lining up in that tunnel thinking, we're going to have our work cut out here today to get anything from the game. That puts players on the back foot from the opposition from the outset, and then it gives the benefit to the United players that know how good this stadium is, know how good the fans are, and can go out there and put on a fantastic performance.
The next 5 fixtures for Manchester United. I mean, we've got a run that we could really create here, haven't we? As we said, Arsenal Wednesday night, but then we have got Nottingham Forest at home here. Ruben Amorim has said that he would like to make it like a fortress again when he's been spoke about it at his pre-match press conferences.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the success that's been built on Manchester United over the years, it's always been a really difficult place to come, Old Trafford, and that's what he'll want to create. And when you look at those fixtures there, Arsenal, and then obviously Forest, and then there's City and Spurs not far around the corner. Tough games, aren't they? So it's going to be a key period.
Yeah, great to hear from Marcus Rashford there. Great to see him back in the goals as well. 2 for him today, 1 against Ipswich. That's 3 in total since Ruben Amorim arrived. We really want to see him succeed in this new 3-4-3 system that the new manager has brought in. Siobhan, are we starting to see that a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 2 goals today, a goal in that first game. You can't complain too much, can you? He's definitely looks like he's enjoying what he's doing, and he was clinical today.
There's always been the question whether or not Rashford suits the centre better, or if he's better off the left or the right, cutting in on his left or getting to the byline on his right. It seems like in this 3-4-3, whether he plays the 10 or the 9, they can interchange with each other, and he's getting the best out of whichever position is his most favoured.
Yeah, look, he's got the ability to play in each of them. He can play through the middle, he can play off the right, he can play off the left. Which one he prefers, probably he'll only know himself, but he'll play in any of the roles. And as we've said and as we've seen, there's variation and there's rotation within this side, and we saw it throughout the game today, and hence why he played so well. He did really well with the goals. Probably would have liked.
Manchester United returned to action in the Premier League with Ruben Amorim's side brushing Everton aside 4-0 at Old Trafford thanks to goals from Marcus Rashford and Joshua Zirkzee. Manchester United followed up their midweek Europa League win over Bodo Glimt with a comfortable 4-0 victory over Everton. Braces from Marcus Rashford and Joshua Zirkzee saw Amorim's side past the Toffees, who threatened early on in the first half at Old Trafford, but faded after that. Sean Dyche's side had a handful of chances, but lacked a clinical edge up front to convert their opportunities. On 34 minutes, Rashford opened the scoring, taking a shot from the edge of the box which was deflected into the Everton net by Gerard Branthwaite. Then, minutes later, it was Branthwaite again at fault for the Toffees conceding to Zirkzee. The centre-back dawdled on the ball, with Bruno Fernandes winning it off him in the Everton half, squaring to Zirkzee, who finished to make it 2-0. Then at the beginning of the second half, United ended the contest at Old Trafford through Rashford, who fired home past Jordan Pickford after getting in behind the Everton defence thanks to a ball from Amad Diallo. Zirkzee also scored a second, tapping home from a Diallo square ball. And here are 5 things Amorim will have learnt from the clash at Old Trafford. A comfortable win under Erik ten Hag. Manchester United and comfortable wins were not a combination that went well together. However, the performance against Everton was as comfortable a win as it could have been with Ruben Amorim in charge. While there were a few moments in the opening 20 minutes that could have seen Everton take the lead, United were comfortably the better side and produced a performance they have not for quite some time. It is amazing just how quickly the mood of a football club can shift, but that is what looks to be happening at United. Marcus Rashford might be back following the 2022-23 season. Marcus Rashford's stock was at an all-time high. The United forward bagged 30 goals in 59 appearances, and looked to have put behind him a dismal season prior where he scored just 5 goals. However, last term he endured a disappointing season, which carried into this term. But the early signs so far of the Amorim tenure suggest Rashford could be getting back to his best. He scored in their draw against Ipswich Town last weekend, and bagged a brace against Everton, the second of which was a neat finish to beat Jordan Pickford. If Amorim can coax goals out of Rashford, then United will be all the better for it. The early signs are he can, but can Rashford continue to produce these consistent performances? Time will tell. With United having adopted a 3-4-3 system under Amorim, one early beneficiary of this change has been winger Amad Diallo. Pushed into a right wing-back position, the 22-year-old was a revelation against Everton, picking up 2 assists, the second of which came from pressing the Toffees' backline into making a mistake. The Ivorian looks to have nailed down the right wing-back position under Amorim, something which could save United millions. He offers a direct threat down the right wing, plenty of running, and quality in the final third. And with Nasser Mazraoui operating at right centre-back to provide cover down that flank, it allows for Diallo to bomb forward too. Prior to the game at Old Trafford against Everton, Joshua Zirkzee had scored just 1 goal in 18 games. However, against the Toffees, he bagged a brace, and looked much better than his earlier performances this term. More importantly, he looked far more comfortable in the system under Amorim, flanked by Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford, with Diallo offering threat out on the right. At Bologna, the Dutchman's best asset was his ability to drop deep and link play. If Amorim can offer Zirkzee a platform to do that on a regular basis, it will make United's attack much more unpredictable, especially if the win over Everton was ultimately a comfortable one. But had the Toffees had a bit more quality up front early on, United could have found themselves trailing. Everton had multiple chances they messed up at the beginning of the first half. Had they taken one, it could have changed the context of the entire game, allowing for Sean Dyche's side to sit back and defend their lead. As it happens, it didn't matter in the end, but there were still a few signs in the opening 20 minutes of action that showed United still have things they need to work on when it comes to controlling a game. They were deserved winners in the end, but those early moments will potentially be slightly concerning to Amorim.